Here is Richardcaraz making sure that the last corners are not going to defeat him, Sean. Nobody wants to throw it away right now, but here comes Gaudu. He looks like he's suffering. In fact, he did from the very first corners. Round the famous fountain, very much part of the course that we normally enjoy here. An open stage, of course, usually for the sprinters. Many a lap around the concrete carriage. Not the prettiest thing. Indeed, neither is the visage of David Gaudu, I'm afraid. And here it is, Sean. Big gaps for this man. And his finish time is going to tell you an awful lot.
Well, he has to be inside 28 minutes to hold his place on the GC, the 5th place in general classification. We can see it's slipping away from him. He's still, quite a bit to go here. So, yeah, for David Gaudu, this is going to be a disappointing because, he has battled bravely in the last number of days to get into the position, but time trialing again, that's where he does suffer. And once again today, he's losing that spot. And a rider again who has had a difficult time here in the last while in the big stage races. We're talking about him in France, Tour of France, and that he was the next prospect to get a real good performance for France, but he has struggled. And this will be disappointing one, losing his 5th place.
Well, we'll find out where he sits ultimately, but it looks like 5th is Leibovitz going to catch him as well. More on that in a moment. Richardcaraz out on course. It's been a brutal race for him, but he's warmed to it, as he always does within a Grand Tour. This is a man who, just like a vortex, Sean, just gets quicker and quicker. I did feel he ebbed just a little bit towards the end. No surprise in that's been a tough edition of this race, and a braver performance. A braver performer you're hard pushed to find. Carapaz always fights, and he's doing that now, Sean.
Yes, well, we've seen him in this race, like going into breakaways, using the team as a launch pad. Tour of France, we remember, he was very active in the final 10 days of it. He is a rider that just, he's a racer. He likes attacking. He likes going in breakaways from long ways out, and he did not disappoint in this one. And looked like he might trouble Enric Mas and the others for the place on the podium, but just that little bit short in the final days, those mountaintop finishes, not being able to take the time that he was trying to get.
Richardcaraz bringing it home. It's going to be over the 28-minute mark for him. Here we go. 28.01 for Enric Mas. Well, his aim, Sean, of... Here is Enric Mas, I beg your pardon. His aim of upsetting Enric Mas is what I was trying to illustrate. I'm just looking at tiny screen at the moment. But Carapaz, what a shame for him, this one. But what a great ride by Mas, who's here now. Carapaz home, Mas on course, and on course for a podium, Sean.
Yes, well, he will be happy with this ride, because again, we did see in the Tour of France he struggled in the earlier part of the race, not in the position where he wanted to be in the GC, but also really finished the Tour of France real strong and came into this Vuelta looking very impressive, and looked like on occasions that he was going to trouble Primož Roglič and the other ones as well. We see him on some of the mountain climbs, he was able to ride away, but on the most important ones, the mountaintop finish, he was never able to get enough of an advantage really to challenge Primož Roglič, and he's going to finish on the 3rd place of the podium.
He is 3rd place, well earned by him. Carapaz missing out, he gave it his all, but Enric Mas, there's no doubt, Sean, that I think this man garners more affection in Spain than just about any current rider. They absolutely love him, and I can understand why.
Well, he is the best GC rider in Spain since Contador, Valverde, all of those riders. He's filling that gap, and he is really doing some great performances. And finishing 3rd on the Vuelta against the riders that are ahead of him, he will have a big following here. And he's had that all through this race. But again, as a rider, you always want to be a bit better and try and be closer on the podium. But we can see there, 1:33 down. it'll be interesting to see against the man he was battling against, Ben O'Connor, what the loss will be, but it's going to be one where nothing is going to change for him. He's going to stay on that third place in the overall standings.
Brave rider, Enric Mas, acknowledging that he had to try something, and he put his team behind him on several occasions during this Vuelta, and occasionally it looked like a hiding to nothing, and it kind of feels as well that his determination to push Ben O'Connor just couldn't find the margin. Ben O'Connor himself is such a warrior when he gets on the bike, a nicer, more placid man and polite man you'd be hard pushed to meet. Just a lovely guy. When he gets on the bike, absolute warrior in action, and he has indeed dipped into that emotion again today, Sean. He has absolutely gone for this, determined to be the best he can be, and that's runner-up here.
Yes, well, this Vuelta has been a magnificent race for Ben O'Connor, you know, just winning the stage, getting into the yellow jersey, a big advantage in the overall against his rivals, and, you know, really fighting big time every day that there was a big mountaintop finish when it was a battle between the GC men. He put up a brave fight and, you know, just held on there, and now he's going to finish second on the podium in this Vuelta. What a performance from this man, and yeah, what a goodbye for to the team of Decathlon AG2R, because he's moving on next year. It's a great way to finish with your team.
Fabulous. Ben O'Connor comes home in a 27.33. Sorry, just absolutely loved it, the Swiss time trial champion. We have Enric Mas and Richardcaraz, by the way. They finished, Sean, separated on this time trial alone, but they put exactly the same time, save for a tenth of a second between them. That was the only margin, so nothing changes there. And nothing changes here. When Primož Roglič is in this kind of mood, there is just no beating the man. He has won La Vuelta on 3 occasions. The clock may well go red against him, but he won't mind that here on the final day. Kung is going to take the time trial, but Primož Roglič is going to take the title. Kung absolutely delighted, but Primož Roglič, I guess, will enter the pantheon of greats. What a rider. He has done it for the 4th time. He is champion of La Vuelta. A magnificent race, and don't forget, this year, one of the toughest parcours you are likely to find anywhere. We salute him. Primož Roglič is our champion. Amazing.